Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something a bit differently. We're looking at a deck I've made that is probably one of the weirdest decks I've ever seen. And it's not a very good deck, it's just got a bunch of really cool cards in it. So let's jump in. But obviously the first card to note is Atraxa, Praetor's Voice. This is a very good card. Commander card normally. Yeah, it's probably one of the top commander cards ever used, I think. Not in a standard deck, or I don't know if this is standard legal, but not in a normal 60 card deck. Following it, we've got Urte Resurrected, and there's quite a few of these in the deck, and he's a pretty basic card. He's kind of what you'd expect to find in a lot of decks. He's a good control card. And then we've got Nyx Lotus. So obviously, the first thing you see is Atraxa Praetor's Voice is 4 colors. And in a deck like this is so weird. So of course we need the mana. The mana comes in cards such as these cards. These cards are mainly lands. There's some mana cards for the 1 mana. Apart from that, this is the most versatile, I think that's the word, mana base I have ever had, and it's pretty expensive actually. Some of these cards are maybe like $10, even going on maybe $20 for some of the cards. Atraxa's Praetor's Voice is at least $20, $30, I think. So this is quite a lot of money as well, this deck, and I have never played with it in a competition, obviously. I would lose. Following that, we've got some random, this is more of a mana card. We've even got Planeswalkers, more mana. Another 4-colored card, which is so silly. I don't even know what this card is. He's 4 mana, 1/1. I don't even know what set it's from. It says 1993 to 2006, so it's an old card. Let's just be that's obvious. More Planeswalkers, more mana. We've even got a board wipe in here. A board wipe is obviously a board wipe, destroy all creatures. Apart from that, you can just kind of almost guess the cards. They're upside down. But we've got modern cards like this. Then we've got olden cards like even this. I think this is from Enchanting Tales. For I forgot what the set's called, but that one. Yeah, just obviously immediately you can see it's not the best deck, but I'm going to quickly get all the mana cards out, and then I'm going to explain what this deck actually tries to do. Because as you can see, there's quite a lot of mana cards, because if you have no mana, the deck doesn't work. Okay, here we go. We have all the cards here now. Make sure you stick around to the end, because trust me, you want to see every one of these weird cards. So starting off, we got Tamiyo. Tamiyo is, I think, a pretty good card. She's got a control ability at the start that basically lets her to disable a permanent for a turn, which is really good because it stops creatures from attacking you, and this is a pretty slow deck. Following that, we got some more just controlling Planeswalkers stuff. This card, I don't even want to explain it. It's pretty good, I guess. It's don't even know if it's legal in any format. Following, we've got Defense of the Heart. This lets you get more creatures on the battlefield, so it's good. Wrath of God for when your opponent's board gets too big, and it will because this is a very slow deck. Urte Resurrected for killing more things. Atraxa's Praetor's Voice. She works well with a lot of these cards, as you can see. All these cards kind of work together. She proliferates, and these guys all have counters, and proliferating adds more counters to your permanents. So immediately, half this deck is already working together. More removal. You can never have too much removal. There's a bit of lifelink in there. There's a bit of life gain. She's got lifelink. Yeah, more removal, and this is protecting your creatures, but still kind of goes under removal. This one, she bounces your creatures, which means they enter the battlefield again. There's some cards that enter the battlefield, they do something, such as Urte Resurrected. These all work together to create the weirdest deck ever. More removal, more removal. Another Planeswalker. Ajani helps you search your deck for more good creatures. Sinks of the Clear Eyes goes on the domain. There's a lot of different land types in this deck, and Sphinx of the Clear Skies uses that Kaito. Again, he disables your opponent's creatures. Emoji, if you cast a big costing spell, you get to cascade, and there's a lot of big costing spells in this deck. Pippin protects your creatures. Silverback Elder, whenever you cast a creature, he does something. Urtai, we've already talked about him. Yarok the Desecrated basically says when something enters the battlefield, you do it again. So again, that's a bit of that bouncing mechanic coming. Yargon Multani, I think this is for Defense of the Heart, so you can bring this in for a big creature very early in the game. Cosmina, God of the Voyage, I think this is just an all-round good card. It lets you draw some cards as well. Kyranos, Hound of Athreos is again, a pretty good card. Locks down your opponent a bit. More, I guess you could say more removal, and finally, this one buffs all your creatures, which is really helpful. So now you've seen the deck, and yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. Some of the best cards in it. There's some really good cards in it. Atraxa Praetor's Voice, but apart from that, this is my very weird deck I have, and that is about all for this video. Thank you for watching, and subscribe.